Hey guys, well, welcome to the lockdown video. Last time we were doing things with Mr. Plow, I thought, well, why not we do something a little bit different this time? I do have Mr. Plow here at the property we live at, and there's a bit of land we can go out of a little bit of a plow on, but nothing too crazy. But I thought, well, we're all bored, we've got nothing to do, we all like to see content, so I thought run through a few things. So I'm going to put the batteries in Mr. Plow. I've been charging them up. One little issue I've had since turboing it, I put electric fans on the radiator. So the electric fans are drawing more power than the factory alternator can put out. So a 30 amp alternator ain't going to be powering two 20 amp fans plus gauges and whatever else is going on. As far as I don't need much, and again, I've had it going a whole day and not had too many problems. You just can't turn it off after half a day. So that's one thing to upgrade eventually is the alternator. But apart from that, she's good to go. So I'm going to chuck the batteries in there and have a bit of a muck around. Ooh, check out Zoe's Hilux with a 79 scoop. Damn, twin snorkels. Oof. And there's the Dirty D-Max. Now with a powerhouse machine like this, I need to preheat the horsepower. So, I've got a pretty basic setup here. Send it to the glow plugs. Once I touch it, it actually works. Hold that for about 3 or 4 seconds. And let's see the beast alive. Oh yeah! First pop. Gotta love the dirty old TD42. Just shaking out the dirt, getting all the loose stuff out. So I've done a little sealed unit in here for my converter for 24 volt to 12 for the gauges mainly. So I flick that on, clip those back in, and then I've got gauges. Yeah, buddy. These are the guys sucking all the power. They're definitely doing a good job keeping it cool though. It does not get hot, which is magic. I've given it a stick a few times now. Oh, gotta love that stick. Whoa, got a little bit of gorse here we need to plough. Probably won't go through all of it, but we'll have a little bit of luck around. In lockdown fashion with Mr. Plow. Won't be ideal. Take it down, Mr. Pro. Oh no, it's spiking me. That was a bad angle. Might be best to come in back on these guys. see the big trees, you just back up, take another line. Get him. Don't want anything on the right side, otherwise it just starts coming in the door. Now, Mr. Plow style, we're just going to back through some of this stuff. Really just clear that right out. Alright, let's get into the good stuff here. These trees are a lot smaller than last lockdown, so they ain't causing too much trouble. Oh, we've got a guy here we've got to back up on. Excuse me, mate. You're out of line. Oh, got to watch for the little flickbacks. That's right, Pro took him down. Oh, there's a biggie there. Snap that bugger. That turbo power picks up so nicely. Oh well, we've found that little forest there. Now we're into the big boy. Let's see how we get on here. Man, I'm plowing. That's the big shit there. Oh, that's some dense stuff. Oh yeah, go down, boy. Going down. Large Pro's taking on like a boss. No worries. It's always good to back over it, snap it back. That way you really get the fronts snapped off at the base. Well, now we're in deep. Oh, getting a few on the side. That's when you got to decide to back it up. Ain't got no doors this time. Don't want to go too crazy. Oh, take another bite. So I turned off the fans just to let some of the stuff come off the radiator, but also to show you guys how efficient these electric fans are. So flicking them on now, and we'll carry on driving a bit. And it just brings it back down that quickly. And I'm not driving fast, there's no airflow. Do some speed runs to get all the crap off underneath. That'll do for now. Look at that. There we go. Not far off 60. Definitely efficient fans, and that's only a standard radiator as well. Nothing fancy. It's definitely worth one of the electric fans, just need to sort my power issues. A little bit of a double road cruise. Get the wind in your ear. Oh, lights up the back, easy now. Oh, that sounds good. Sounds like that. Starting to lift. Well, we've been busy today. It's good ploughing a bit of gorse. Good to be able to stretch the legs. Can't go too crazy here, but it's good to be able to get out a little bit. Now, something that a lot of you have been asking me before, people come to the shop and ask things like this, is turning an AC pump, an Aircon pump, from pretty much any motor into an air compressor or air pump. So air comes out the other end rather than doing all the aircon gases. Now, of course, you lose your aircon. You can only use it for one or the other. So you need to disconnect basically all the main piping that goes from the radiator that'd be down there to all the pipes that go around, and you just need the two ends that come off, basically with an alloy fitting on the end of here and an alloy fitting on the end of this one here, basically so pipe can push over it. Probably anywhere 50mm length left on the end of those would be ideal, something like that, maybe even a little bit less. Just got plenty to clamp onto and you push it over. Now, big thing to remember is because when this thing, basically you put power to it, it's got a clutch, it'll start turning and lock in, and then put air out. So it will continuously want to pump air. Unless you're running a tank and got a pressure release valve, it'll just continuously want to push air. So what you need to do is be able to let it do that, otherwise it will blow off in certain areas. So what I've actually done is make it simple, and because I actually like these style clips where you can actually just clip it on and it holds itself, rather than the screw-on type or anything you got to hold on. It's just a pain. Like, it just gets annoying sitting there. So you're gonna be able to have a system like this where it just clamps on, holds onto the valve, you can walk away and don't have to worry. Now, because I've got a gun, I've literally zip tied the handle open, so it basically pushes the air all the time. And what we've done is, so airline from the output on the Aircon pump, airline gun, really simple, down on the Aircon unit. Now, lucky Mr. Plow's got nothing going on, so it's pretty easy to get to. You can see there is one little plug in here with one wire coming off, basically. Now, again, that's just twisted in for the moment, but ideally it would have a plug on there. Mr. Plow's pretty rough. So basically a wire connected from there, and that would go over to a positive. Now, you can't use the factory switch because they're pressure regulated, or however they work, they won't work with the system. So you need to bypass it and just put your own piece of wire to literally connect it to the original piece of wire. That's my aftermarket piece, the orange, and then run it over. And then I've got, because I've got the batteries in the back with Mr. Plow, I've got a little connector over here. This is a temporary setup that I've sort of just stuff it in there and it'll make it work. You can hear the clutch go. So that's the clutch down there. Right down the bottom, moving. You can actually sort of see it, actually. It's a bit hard, but where is it? There it goes. And that basically engages the air. So you need to bypass the factory wiring. So you need to run a wire across to either your battery, or you can run it to a switch, obviously. You can put it into a switch and then down to the battery and have it controlled that way. That's simple and straightforward. Now you've got these two pipes coming off. Now this is a TD42 Aircon pump, so you've got the two pipes coming off, really straightforward. Basically, the little one is the out, so you can see the little pipe there, and then the bigger one at the back here. It's a bad angle. That's the bigger one there. Smaller one, you follow them up. So they go right up there, and then you come across, follow them there. They come out in the same angle here, so you can see small is out for the air. And the most important part, what probably most people don't realise, is basically the Aircon pump needs lubrication. The Aircon gas prior was the lubrication, now it needs lubrication. So what we've got here is the, the vapor basically coming out of the top of the rocker cover. So vapor going, which would be just your blow by and whatnot, obviously. Blow by going into a pipe, which either goes to a catch can for your flasher people, or just for basically venting into the chassis or where it wants to go. And ideally what you do is do a T-pipe off there. You don't want to put it directly into the aircon pump straight, because there's too much vapor and oil going through there. Again, depending if you've got a brand new rebuilt motor, but even then, it's best just put a T. It doesn't need a heap, it just needs a little bit of vapor. So do the T section. So from the rocker cover, the blow by, the basically the vapor coming out of the motor is lubricant for the aircon pump. So you can see how that all works. Now, basically we've got this pretty well set up. So what we're going to do, so I've got a little thing down here. So we're going to start the truck. Basically, I'm just going to put my wire in here. Ideally, and have it a plug in. I probably will sort that out now. I've got some time. And now that's pumping here. That's going to go straight under the tyre. I can undo this. Bang, straight on. Again, all of these aftermarket gauges are pretty poor, really. I wouldn't trust that. I've got a little gauge that you just test independently. And then that way you know exactly what's going on. Take the wire off, turns off. You can actually hear my pump's a bit noisy. And that's how simple it is. So that brings me to the next point. So what do you guys want to see more of in our videos in general, with Mr. Plow? Do you want to see some more tech stuff? Things like this video just now that have gone on and explaining certain things. If you guys got any thoughts on, not sure how certain things work and want to have a little more of an idea, or just even things like looking at tires or winches, all sorts of stuff. I mean, we've got plenty of gear to look at, plenty of things we can go over. More than happy to do a video on pretty much anything. So let us know, guys, what do you want to see more of? Mr. Plow, tech talk, or getting out more touring, or just anything really.